Of course, there are power outages on both sides of the river tonight, and the damage was extent. It was all across the region, including North Augusta, and that's where Julius Evans was with a look at the damage today.
Yeah, it's quite the scene to see out here. Literally, I'm just a few minutes away from North Augusta High School, just down the road into one of these neighborhoods, and you can just see the sheer scope that Tropical Storm Helene has made just everywhere. Just quite to be honest, you can see literally right behind me just the piles on piles of uprooted trees that just had to be pushed and moved to the side. And they're just piling up and they're over to the side, but they're still just blocking portions of the road. And really, the pattern and the theme here today is just community involvement, helping each other out. Really, this pathway was just cleaned by community members just all day today, and I just been talking to them as they've been passing by, as they've been cleaning up, and they tell me, you know, they've been borrowing people's chainsaws, equipment, trucks to get to and from, to bring resources back, and to really just ultimately just clear up this path so people can get in and out and get to their business. And speaking of which, just the roads, as you can see, I mean, they're still partially covered. And as you go further out of here and further down the road, you can still just see it's literally just quite a jungle out here as far as the ground. It's hard to make out what you're driving over. It's between twigs, between branches, between broken power lines on the ground. So it's also just a lot of people just hugging and sharing the roads. And really, I just want to urge people just to be patient with people when it comes, if you have to absolutely get on the roads, to just be patient, take turns, let people get through, and pay attention when you're traveling through all this debris. And like we've said earlier in all of our other newscasts, officials in Augusta and in North Augusta and just across the CSRA, they're urging you to stay off the roads unless you absolutely have to, so crews can come in and they can get to work and they can get things done. But as you can see, there's still a lot of mess to be cleaned up, and there's still a lot of work to be done.
Thanks for that, Julius, in North Augusta for us. And people are actually heading out of their homes and making needed supply runs, and Publix has been there for those people.
Staying open today to allow people to get those supplies they need, especially with power outages and those refrigerators and freezers giving out. Your Hallie Turner was out there at Publix to show you what it was like.
Most of the times you see a parking lot like this before there's a big storm, but after Tropical Storm Helene, this parking lot right here at Publix is one of the only grocery stores in the CSRA that's open, and everyone is here getting their necessities and what they consider something that they would like to have. Again, half of the CSRA is, or more than half of the CSRA is without power. Today, this is kind of like a corn maze, like I was describing earlier. I mean, people are dodging left and right, trying to find a parking spot, trying to make sure they don't hit someone with their car. They're coming out with things like toilet paper, Gatorade, Coca-Cola, some adult beverages, some tuna, all of the things that they consider necessities. But Mayor Garnett Johnson did issue a statement earlier that if you don't have to be out in this and you don't need anything, don't come out to this. We don't know how long Publix is going to be able to provide all of these resources, but we do know that they have been out here all day. The line coming in hasn't stopped. The line coming out hasn't stopped. But the only thing that really has changed is that there is another the Mexican restaurant parking lot that backs up to Publix, Vallarta Mexican restaurant. They are open. They are cooking in their back parking lot. But yeah, if you don't have to be out here, stay at home. But if you do need something, Publix is open for now.
Yeah, we know with the power out, the refrigerator only lasts so long, and I think I read the freezer is good for like 24 to 40 hours. So the more you can leave it closed, the better it is. But you're going to have to be the best judge of your refrigerator and what's good and what's not good. But after so many hours, you start to run out. You got to go hit the grocery store.
And you're going to have to hit the store. And as we saw just behind Hallie there, people already just parking on the grass. I mean, that's how packed it is.
Just to get close to it.
People need those supplies, and I guess it's just a matter of time until your food goes bad, so you just have to keep an eye on it.
And maybe the weekend, there'll be more people have a chance to get out and get that shopping done. And maybe more stores will come online and help out too.
Only time will tell. Yeah. North Augusta First Baptist Church has some damage from Helene alongside West Avenue. That's where Alyssa Lyons is giving us a firsthand look at the corner of West Avenue and Jackson Avenue.
Okay, we are at the First Baptist Church of North Augusta. And if you drive by from the front, you might not think like there's anything wrong, but as soon as you start driving towards West Avenue, this is what you see. The wind just took the roof and dumped it all in the middle of this, right here in between the First Baptist Church and the luxury bar. So this is completely even if you drive just a little bit further down on West Avenue, this is what you're going to see. Even those metal power line poles just look silly. That impact just a little bit further down alongside all of these homes. The really good that a lot of these places were closed over at schools that are closed because of this. I couldn't imagine trying to get my kid to school in this. As you even go down, you can see towards West Morris, that road is just, they're waiting for those cars to pass just so they can squeeze through. And it only gets worse as you go down Carolina Avenue that runs parallel to this road pretty much. We're going to keep an eye out on this. We'll keep you posted if anything changes. But for now, reporting in North Augusta, Alyssa Lyons on your side.
And just seeing that devastation from that church, I mean, wow.
That's a lot of roof to be on the ground there, and you never know if there are any nails in all of that, so you have to really be careful driving around it, too.
And that's right, especially people out walking, too, for whatever reason. Be careful. Earlier, we told you how in Columbia County, one person died in Grovetown when a tree fell on a mobile home. At
last check, crews were still trying to access the inside of that property, and we'll let you know if we learn more about that. But the impacts from Helene have made the most familiar areas almost unrecognizable. Our first alert meteorologist, Emily Acton, showing us some of the damage in Columbia County.
We're just off of Baston Road here in Columbia County, seeing major damage. Trees have fallen on power lines. Power lines have fallen themselves as well. And we're just seeing extensive damage on this roadway here. There are people trying to pass and they're being somewhat successful. But man, we need to be staying off the roads as these emergency crews try to move in. I'm hearing some sirens in the background right now as I'm sure they're trying to get to these houses. We just had somebody pass by saying that their house is damaged, and unfortunately, that's the story all across the CSRA, and that's what we're continuing to see throughout the day today as cleanup efforts are really starting to ramp up. But we have trees down, power lines down, and as of right now, we don't see anybody actively cleaning it up. Now, granted, they have so much to cover, and it's going to take days for us to recover from this, if not weeks, to rebuild. And that's not even talking about power. This is just talking about getting the trees and power lines out of the roadways and out of these people's yards. But this is going to be a long process, and we did have a Hurricane Helene move through. It's out of our area now, but we're dealing with the aftermath for the days coming.
Emily, thanks so much. Richmond County Schools announcing schools and offices will be closed Monday and Tuesday of next week, saying only essential staff will report to work.
And all athletic and extracurricular events will be canceled from today through next Tuesday, October 1st. School officials will make another announcement Tuesday afternoon with more updates on what happens for the remainder of the week.
And we'll let you know what they decide.